ESPN sources tells Adrian Wojnarowski Philadelphia 76ers star Joel Embiid is near return and expected to play this week. The reigning MVP has been out since January 30th with a left meniscus injury. His status for Tuesday versus OKC is expected later today.
I'm concerned about this, bro.
This is a terrible idea. I said at the time he got hurt, he should not come back. They shouldn't rush him back. There's no reason he should come back. With his track record, with his history, no reason to come back. That's just crazy.
It was bad when we were watching the games live and having conversations, whether it was already on playback or whether we were just chilling or whatever. If you watch Sixers games, I'll never forget that Warriors game where bro wanted to move forward, but he ended up moving to the side. Bro couldn't jump for rebound. That game was awful. He'd been playing like that for months. If you really paid attention at that point in time, man, I don't want to see him coming back. Obviously, if he's there in the playoffs, yes, you'll hear Sage be hyped. As Joel Embiid is a star player in the league. It was literally miles away the MVP when he was healthy. I know that sounds crazy considering what Luka's doing now. Maybe Luka enters the conversation, but that's not the point. Point is, Embiid was that damn good in the regular season thus far, so I'm gonna be hyped. But ultimately, in the back of my mind, I'm gonna be like, bro, please don't have this nigga crash out. Just because y'all trying to win this one chip this year, bro. It ain't worth it. At the end of the day, it really ain't worth it at all. It's a sport, but it damn well ain't worth it for 1 year, even if we're staying and retain in the idea of the sport, dog. You know what Joel Embiid is. It's an injury-prone player. There's no reason you need to have him out there at 50%. At 100%, he could get hurt. Why you want him out there at 50%, bro? Pretty nasty. This is, and also for what McCants and Gil were saying, that's obvious shit. Kawhi's the notorious story, but even with what Halliburton was doing, playing because of the contract and shit like that, you ain't gonna trust these team doctors, but they got the team interest. It's the team doctor.
Yeah, I'm not a correlation equal causation type of guy. Like, I try to, you know what I'm saying, watch out for that. But, bro, Philly's track record with the rookies, the young players that they have drafted ever since the process has started, it's like, bro, there's no way y'all just, and there may be a part of it, you know what I'm saying? I'm always a big proponent of the accountability pie chart isn't always 100% to one person. But, bro, that track record with Nerlens Noel, Markelle, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, it's like at some point we got to look at you and really determine what part of that pie is your fault. What is going on with the medical staff? Why is Joel Embiid being rushed back? Is he being rushed back? Because I will say, at the end of the day, I am not a medical professional, so I can only say so much. But is he being rushed back? Like, what is the actual motive here? And I feel like with their track record, we at the very least have the right to question like what their motives are. Jaleel Loco for another one.
With the NBA playoffs right around the corner and March Madness here, my eyes are glued to some basketball. And what's a better way to watch than using PrizePicks for daily fantasy sports? I'm on the app right now, and I'm looking at the King. And every time I see King James, I gotta go more. The Lakers have gotta make a playoff push. And anybody going against the Lakers gotta go less, because the Kings gotta win. I'm taking De'Aaron Fox less on the points.
And we'll go ahead and put $8 on this entry to possibly win $24. Shout out to Kobe. Place entry, and boom, that is how you place the entry on PrizePicks.
Using code LKIAB, you can get a 100% match up to $100 on your first deposit. Go big or go home. Shouts out to PrizePicks for sponsoring this video. 2018, The Ringer breaks a story from, Twitter accounts that seemed a little bit suspicious, and they were questioning who was behind it because they were being very critical of the 76ers and their staffs, and were only commenting on, 76ers related things. This is when, burner accounts were coming out, and et cetera, et cetera. That is a tweet about Brian Colangelo. Oh, wow. That is a tweet about Brian Colangelo. The Liberty Ballers talked about the untrustworthy Sixers GM, blah. But as you continue to go through it, it's this enough unknown sources guy at the very bottom who has been tweeting about different stuff. But I want to pay attention to, it's a specific one, and I might just go to the Google search. He's calling out Sam Hinkie in these tweets, talking about Sam Hinkie, the process, et cetera, from that Eric Jr. account and from this account. Let me just go to this one right here. Derek Bodner says, Markelle Fultz is no longer experiencing soreness in his right shoulder, and the scapular muscle imbalance is resolved. Will continue PT and evaluated on-court basketball activities. Mike says something along the lines of, you're so wrong about this. BC, Brian Colangelo, has a horrible track record with handling injuries and forced Fultz into playing hurt. Fultz was dealing with pain if he just changed his shot, he would have been more open to taking jumpers in the limited time. Blase, blase, blah. One of the accounts that they think was Brian Colangelo's burner. Nope. The so-called mentor tried to force him to change his shot. Tapes have surfaced. The guy making Markel shooting while sitting in a chair, while on his back and on the floor. The guy denies it, as doesn't want to say why was forced out of kid's life. Why nobody reports this? There were other tweets where he was talking about Jahlil Okafor. Keith Pompey says Jahlil Okafor on past couple of days, it was just a weird situation. Eric Jr., one of Brian Colangelo's burner accounts, asked Ja if he passed other team physical. He will not say not to lose other chance, but I bet the farm it's what happened. That is Brian Colangelo in response to a guy after being traded on Jahlil Okafor's physical history. I say all this to say, during that whole process, we were looking at some of the wrong things. We were looking at the management, how they did the reports and all this other stuff like that. The way they handled injuries was piss poor. And I don't remember, because that was confirmed to be Brian Colangelo, I don't remember them getting rid of the medical staff in Philly. I don't know if y'all remember that story. I don't know if y'all remember any outcomes. I don't remember them getting rid of the medical staff in Philly. And this is the same medical staff that I'm supposed to believe is responsible for Joel Embiid.
It's sad to see. But hey, we always say best ability is availability, and it is sad to see. It kind of even on like the off-topic shit in terms of what Joel could be shit, right? If he just had a fucking doctor. This is just I'm usually the long-winded guy, and I'm being long-winded right now, I guess, but I don't have that much to say. This is just sad, man. But like someone in chat brought up, and like I said earlier, I'm going to enjoy Joel Embiid when he's on the court, but I'm going to be worried about this motherfucker the entire time. I don't want to have to think that way when I'm watching NBA or really anybody do anything. I don't want to have to be like, ooh, is he okay? Every time he falls. Like how some of y'all do with AD back then. You still do it now. I don't want to have to think that way. I just want to see players play basketball. I don't want to have to be concerned.
I'll say I get a lot of the vibes. Well, not even vibes. I just remember back to when Kawhi Leonard was dealing with what he was doing with the Spurs. How the team doctor told him he was good to go. And he was like, nah. I'm getting a second opinion. And how certain teammates had something to say and had comments and go, I had the energy, I came back. This reminds me of that, and this is the opposite side of that. This is when a player doesn't take that second opinion. This is when that player is thinking for the team instead of himself. And any player, honestly, in the situation I would feel for, Joel Embiid, especially with him, because you came to this organization with injury problems. You've continued to have injury problems your entire career. And with this injury specifically, we all watched in real time, you look visibly injured. You get another injury that we all see and deemed as serious, and no one wants to see you come. Not no one wants to see you come back to say it like that, but we all think of your health. It's not worth it coming back right now because you're risky. This is like the Isaiah Thomas shit with his hip. This is like, bro, you should sit, and we've seen what happened to IT. And IT is a 5'7" point guard. I mean, you are a 300-pound 7'2" center. Like this is nothing to play with.
You are yourself first.
Can I add what I think makes it worse? And I know people are going to disagree heavy with this one. I think what makes it worse, because Damo is right about, like, he came in injured, and I could only think about the time when he was at Kansas and all that stuff like that. Nobody's saying this, but they are taking advantage of a foreign dude, like a foreign-born player. Joel Embiid was playing fucking soccer up until like 15 years old or whatever, volleyball up until 15 years old. Came in, saw this guy, we can make a whole bunch of money on him, we could train him up or whatever the case may be, enrolled him into these academies, schools or whatever, got him to Kansas, gets injured at Kansas, and then gets into the NBA system, gets injured there as well, gets injured again, and they just telling him whatever. And I would, somebody would, he's a 30-year-old man, he should be able to be smarter, but it's just not like that. It really is just not like that. Team doctors shouldn't be a thing. Team doctors should not be a thing. I'm 100% for it. Team doctors should not exist. It's the same reason that I feel the same way about the refs. They are unbiased parties that are in it for the interest of the team.
That is an interesting perspective, though, because again, I don't know if that's his actual mentality, but as an immigrant going into this country, you're trying to figure out exactly how this country works, and a part of that for him is the NBA process. So if he just goes into the NBA process saying, just trust the team doctors, I don't know anything better, I don't know anything else, all right, this is the truth in my eyes. So I don't even know if Joel Embiid, like, looking at a second opinion is even in his head. Hopefully someone is in his ear, like, actually talking about that, but I don't really know who are the people around him to even give that advice.
Questioning a doctor isn't even in like, I don't want to say a normal person's head as if he's not normal, but like plenty of people don't question their doctor. Like you go to the doctor
Yeah, they're supposed to be the authoritative figure.
Yeah,
They're the
I'm
professional.
when I do it, I literally be like, literally be like, bro, that's your doctor. Shut up.
No,
Yeah.
no, people, you go, he gives you a piece of paper, you go to CVS, you get it filled or whatever the case may be, and you keep it pushing. So for somebody, and that's somebody without the language barrier, that's somebody born in the country, all that stuff, understanding it. For somebody not born in the country, and they've been put you in this circus. They've been put you in this Ferris wheel. Hey, your back is hurt. Do this, that. At Kansas, do this, that, and the third. Just keep spinning until we're here. And he's got a great career. He's had a great career. But thinking back on it, can't play 40, 50, 60 games, consecutive seasons. You can't put 2 seasons together where he can play 60 games. I have never heard about him getting a different opinion. Have y'all? Am I making this up?
No.
Never heard. It could be possibly out there. Let me be clear. If it's out there, comment section, you're not being a smart ass. Let us know. But
I'm not in the locker room. I'm not in the Philadelphia Philadelphia Twitter fan club. Like I'm not in them spaces. I don't know. Maybe he has. In terms of the public knowing or public knowledge, like it's been openly said. No.
Yeah. Please let us know if it is a thing. Seriously, because it would help. I want this. I want us to all be dead wrong here. I hope that's like the whole thing. I don't want to be right about
you can assume.
I
mean, the fact that he's coming back as fast as he is, you can assume he only has listened to the team doctors. You can assume based off of how he's handled his health up until this point, he's only listened to the team doctors.
I wouldn't even think, especially in Kansas, that's well out the window. Philadelphia earlier, come on now. He came in injured.
You came in hurt. You were on a timetable, a process. Your first year was looking like Zion when he first came back. Severely minute handled, like manage your minutes, like cater to you. Couldn't play back to backs. Couldn't play more than 2 times in a week. Like you were used to being coddled or handled in a certain situation, like in a certain way with this team and his medical staff. Like you've grown to view those habits as normal. Like think about how crazy people took it that Kawhi got second opinion. Kawhi getting the second opinion was the abnormal thing everybody was talking about. People didn't even think you could do that. I didn't even know niggas could do that. I thought if you were on the NBA team, your doctor was a team
doctors. Yeah.
Like I thought that's what the niggas was for. The fact that he was able to say, nah, that nigga's lying, or nah, I don't trust him. I know my knee, and went to a different doctor and they confirmed what he said.
But
I was like, oh shit.
But you remember what they said when Kawhi did it, right? They said that he was trying to get somebody to say what Kawhi wanted to hear so he could sit out. I don't know if y'all remember that. That was one of
they build crazy narratives. They
said, oh, Kawhi don't want to play. He's going from doctor to doctor to get somebody to say what he needs to be said so Kawhi can sit out. Whole time the niggas really hurt.
Yeah, when I watched it, as the person that like dunks on Kawhi all the time because he's a Clipper, and I still will after this segment, I gotta admit, I was 1,000% with Kawhi's stance there. Hey, look, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Something don't feel right with this knee. And y'all keep telling me something right with my knee, and I'm like, nah. And if it's mental, hey, that's tough, gang. But don't. I'm gonna get another opinion because something ain't right. I was 1,000% with Kawhi.
That's so worrisome to me that we can't even trust like medical professions to that degree, especially like NBA team doctors. Because like something similar happened to my girl last year where she felt something like right here. And she went to urgent care. They were like, it's just something. Just take ibuprofen, you'll be fine. A couple days later, she went to urgent care again. They said, it's fine. And then at some point, it got so bad we had to go to the ER, and it ended up being like a gallbladder that needed surgery. I'm like, bro, what the? Damn. So we had to go through 3 doctors for y'all to actually figure out what the problem was. And if we didn't figure out the problem, she would have been, I don't know, God, like what the fuck would happen to her if we never found out. But man, that's unfortunate, bro.
Think about it too. What y'all first 2 trips? Weren't y'all only in there? Like, didn't somebody only really see you for like 4 minutes or some shit like that?
That should be annoying the fuck out of me, bro. When I go to urgent care, man, I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm fucking dying. Yeah, okay. Take some ibuprofen. Like, fuck, bro. Tylenol. I know this is more than just Tylenol, dude. Damn.
Oh, man.
Benadryl one time. I didn't get up. I said, nah, bro, next.